This file already we have created, and now we are going to see the formatting and editing of this file. So first thing that we are going to see here is how to rename the worksheet. When you right click here, this is sheet 1, 2 and 3. So right now we are in sheet 1. When you right click here, you will get here option rename sheet. Okay, for example, I am clicking here, and here in rename sheet you can type what name you want to keep for this worksheet. For example, I am giving bill to this worksheet. So now you can see this, it is changed now. Then now coloring of this sheet tab, bill, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So from format, in format tab, sheet, and then tab color. From tab color you can select any color. For example, here I am taking a light blue color. Okay, here in this tab, format, sheet and tab color, and I am taking a darker one this time. I can see this is blue, this is different color, and this one is again one more we are going to color. So now we are taking this violet color for sheet 3. So now you can see this three different colors are there. So this is how you can give colors to your worksheet. Then deleting worksheet. So from here, right click and delete option is there. Delete sheet. Okay. It will ask you for your confirmation. And if you press yes, then that worksheet will be deleted from your file. Now, if you want to insert a row or column, for example, I want to include one more column between B and C. So select the column before or after which you want to insert a new column. For example, I am taking C here, and I am going to insert one column before C. So go to insert columns. Okay. Now you can see that before this C one is column is inserted, and this column later is changed for quantity. Earlier it was C. Now it is changed automatically. Okay. And undo the last action. Now you can see that it is C. Now this column width or row height, how we can change that we will see. So for example, I am taking this one, go to format, then since we want to increase height of row, then go to row, go to height. Okay, now this is 0.45 centimeter right now, and I am going to increase this to 0.65. Now you will able to see that its height is changed. Same way, for example, column width I want to change. For that, select the column, go to format, column and width, and then increase or decrease the values. For example, I am decreasing this time. Okay, so you can see this changes being done here. This column width and row height you can change by dragging its border also, like this. Okay, and like this. Okay, but if you want to keep a particular value at that time, this option is useful. From format and row and column, you can select and give that value. Now in tools menu, there is the last option, options. Okay, here you can customize different options according to your requirement. Okay, for example, this is general. Okay, then memory. This is how many steps a user can undo. That is right now 100 means last 100 action can be done. You can reverse last 100 actions that you have done. Here user interface, if you want to increase the scale of viewing, okay, you can increase or decrease. Okay, by default whatever right now we are in 150% view, because since I am sharing this screen you can easily see that. That's why I have zoomed it to 150%, but default setting you can make from here. So every time when you open your file it will get this many percent of zoom level. Then print option. Now color palette you can change from here if you modify this. Then font options, security, appearance, accessibility, Java, online update. Then when you open a file or save a file, different options that you can get here. Language setting, you can add or remove languages from here. Okay, for example, default language. Now press OK button. Okay, so these were general options in Calc. Now how to delete row or column. So for that, for example, I am removing the first one, column, that is serial number. So select that column, right click there and delete column. Okay. Now I am reversing that action and again bringing it back. Same way to delete a row. For example, the last row I am deleting, this one, select row and here delete row. Okay. Now freeze pane that we have seen last time. For example, when I move on right side, already we have done that. So I am doing that again. I am unfreezing first and then I'll freeze this again. Okay, now when I move on right hand side, see what happens. The heading part that I want, for example, that serial number as well as this, the heading, serial number, item name, then quantity, unit price, everything goes out of the visibility area. See this. So now I want to make them constant. When I move my mouse pointer or my screen on right hand side, then serial number should remain there. When I move this worksheet on upper side, at that time I want this first row to remain present every time on screen. So since we want the first row and first column to remain constant on screen, so the cell that is in second row and second column, select that one, because before this cell whatever comes, the column and row, that will get freezed. So now click on window, freeze. Now I'm scrolling it up. Now you can see that the heading part, serial number, item, quantity, unit price remain there only. And when I move on right hand side, this serial number remains there. Okay. So this is how we can freeze the paint as per our requirement. Now for different purpose, we need to select particular part of worksheet. For example, copying or paste, moving that content from one place to another. So when we want to copy or move single cell content, at that time we are selecting single cell. So how to select the single cell? Click on a particular cell that you want to work with or you want to edit. For example, by clicking the cell. Now how to select the range of cell? Click on the starting cell from where you want to start selection, and then by keeping press that left click, drag your mouse to the last cell. Okay. So now we have selected E1 cell to E6 cell. Whatever comes in between, everything is get selected. So this is called cell range that we have selected. Now we can copy and move it to somewhere else. Now if you want to select cell which are not adjacent, okay, that means you want to skip some cells in between. At that time, how to select them together? So for that, select a cell, press Ctrl key, then select the next cell, then select the next cell by keeping press the Ctrl key, then again. So now here you have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cells, and which are not adjacent. Now I'm copying content of this cell, this many cells. Okay, copy, and now we are going to format this cell. Okay, for example, number or date and time format or any other format if you want to keep for this cell. Okay, font, etc. we can change. For example, right now it is 10. If I want to make it 13, font effects, alignment, for example, center alignment, I am horizontally centered and vertically middle. Then borders, if you want to place around that, background also you can keep. So here we are taking a case when you are not applying all this to a cell range or a range that is having adjacent cells. So this way we can make formatting. This is exponential form. It is changed. Okay. Since I have changed that number format, that's why. Okay, now I have reversed that action. So this is how you can select multiple cells which are not adjacent by pressing Control key. Now, how to delete cell content? For example, if I want to delete whatever is there in this cell, select the cell, press delete option. Okay, and now it is going to show you what you want to delete from this cell. Okay, you have different options. For example, if format only you want to delete, so now it is in black color only, since we have even only one formatting, that is black color. So now it is removed. If you want to delete everything inside this, then press delete all and click on OK. Now copy and move we have seen last time. Cells from one list to another. At that time, one new copy is being created, and the place from where we have copied those cell content will remain there also, and a new copy is being made like this. If we are moving the content at that time, we are using cut and paste option, and at that time from actual position it will get deleted, and at new place it will get pasted. So that is copy and move, difference between copy and move. Now autofill also we have seen. This was the example of autofill. So for example, again we are going to see that. So for that you need to type first and second term. Okay, these are two terms, 5 and 10. That means each succeeding term will have difference of 5 from the last term. This is 10 minus 5, that is 5. So now click and drag this handle. Okay, this is drag handle. Okay, so you can drag it and you will get the cell range that is having arithmetical progression of 5. Now we can save this calc file in different formats. Okay, when we click on file and save as option, we get these many options in which we can save this file. So the first one, for example, ODF, okay, and that is Open Office Document Spreadsheet, and extension is ODS. Okay, so for example, this file bill, if we save it in Open Office format, at that time the name of this file will become bill.ods. Okay, that is Open Office Calc format. Then OTS is there. OTS, that means a template format. So this file then we can use as a template, that is a type of design for to create new files afterwards in future. Then DBF, that is DBase file, that is database file format. Then text CSV, this is one important format, CSV. Okay, so this text file containing comma separated values and data exchange among various programs. Then HTML format. So this file can be used as web page when you save it as HTML document. Then portable document format, that is PDF. So this kind of file we generate when we want is to open it in Adobe Acrobat Reader, and that file cannot be edited easily by the person that who is getting that file. So PDF also we can save it in PDF format. Then XLSX, that is Microsoft Excel 2007 or 2010 version. So even if we are creating this file in Open Office Calc, we can save it for MS Office file format from here itself. Okay, and if you save it as Microsoft Excel 2003 version, at that time extension will become .xls. So now let's see these options. So go to file, save as. Since already we have saved this file, when we click on file save option, it will not show these options. Okay, so to get other file format option, we have to go to save as, and here click on this. Now here you are getting this ODS, that is the format that we are currently using. Then this is template format, that is .ots. Then this is DBase database file format. Then Microsoft Office Excel .xls file format. Then this is CSV format that we have just seen. This is HTML document .html format, like this. So these are few main formats that you can save this file in, and can be used for different purposes. Now these are formatting of cell options. Okay, so for that select any particular cell, format, and go to cell. Okay, so these options just we have seen. So this is number format. Okay, this is general number format. Now here decimal places are 0. If you make it 2, at that time now what happens here, just see. Okay, it will get 2 decimal places after the integer value, and there are many other options. Okay, leading zeros also you can keep. Then different font formats are there. You can select different fonts. Here typeface and size of font. Font effects you can give. This is font color, overlining, strike through, underlining, etc. effects you can give. This is one preview box. Whenever you change anything, You will get it here in this preview box. How your and now the next the change that you are doing, that will give you the output. Now this is other properties of cell text. Wrap text automatically. That means uh, it will go to new line automatically when cell content is more than cell width, and this is string to fit cell size. That means as soon as you continue typing more content in a particular single cell, it will get reduced in font size. Then borders are there. Okay, different types of borders are there. For example, I am going to give border of this area. So format cell. Now here take border this one. Okay. Now select a border that you want here. Then color of that border. For example, this, and the spacing of content from border to the content, the space. Okay. Now you can see here the borders are applied. Data sorting and filtering. Okay. Now we want to sort data according to total cost. So for that, select this range, go to data, sort. Okay. Now here, since we have given headings of each column, it will show you by sort by which column. So here we are taking total. Okay. And then total ascending or descending. Okay. So ascending, if we select, then the least value will come up on the first place, and if we select descending, then the largest value, that is 250, will come at first place. If there are two values, okay, which are same, for example here 10 and 10, so how these two will get priority, that you can select here. For example, now we are taking quantity, means whichever is having, this is descending. Okay. Now whichever is having more quantity will get priority. For example, this is having 6 and it is having 10. So this notebook cover will come up compared to pencil. Now we are clicking on OK. Now you can see this. Okay. In total, we have selected this absolute address. These values are getting changed. So I am first of all changing this to relative value. That is dollar I am removing from here. And now we are going to sort this. Now you can see this. Okay. So it is sorted accordingly according to the total price that user is to pay.